Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd, Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here with Jason from Mount Baker Mining and Metals. I have a bunch of ore samples. We're gonna run through his machine today, see if we can see a whole lot of free milled gold in these ore samples, and have a lot of fun along the way. So wish us luck, and I hope you enjoy. So I have 3 bags of material from one mine site. In one bag is all the quartz, in the other bag is all the sulfides, and in the third bag is a whole bunch of fine material that I sifted out. Now, I absolutely know the fine bag is gonna have lots of free milled gold in it. We're gonna see lots in there. I tested some of that already. I wanna check out if the quartz is holding the gold, or the sulfides are holding the gold, or if the only gold at that spot is the stuff that has already weathered out. That's my plan. Some of this ore is going to be very nasty to run, especially the sulfides. Jason may never invite me back after he sees this stuff, but it'll be fun. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. And I hope you brought some good gold down for us today.
Yes, it's stinky too. He's gonna hate it. And there we go. There's our first sample. All the quartz. There are sulfides in with these quartz, but the rocks were mostly just quartz. I was looking for rocks that had the contact between the quartz and the sulfides without many sulfides with it. And that's what that is. That's mostly contact material. Quartz. Down to about ½ inch minus in the jaw crusher. The impact mill over there will crush it down to a powder after the fact. What the quartz material looks like all crushed down. As I said, this was contact material, so it did have some sulfides in it. And you can see one big chunk of sulfides right there. That's kind of what the sulfides look like, bright and shiny. So crushing took all of like 3 minutes to do, not very long. Jason's just setting up the machine right now to crush through the hammer mill. Now, I know there is free milled gold in the powder. I have a good feeling that the rock that we just crushed has free milled gold in it. I'm not sure about the sulfide bag, but we should be able to see when we run this some free milled gold coming across the table. He just started up the big impact mill. Let's get crushing. Let's continue crushing. And if you are interested in Jason's equipment here, check out Mount Baker Mining and Metals. He also runs a YouTube channel, Mount Baker Mining and Metals. And yeah, we got the, the jaw crusher, the hammer mill, and the shaker table going today. It's all stuff that his company sells. He makes amazing equipment, and it processes ore fast. So far, I do not see any gold going by. That's not good. Sulfides floating. That's how flotation cells work. And I'm not doing much explaining about how this equipment actually works on this video. If you want to know that, go back and check out some of my previous videos with Jason, or go check out Jason's channel. We explain it all. Today, we're just having fun finding gold. Do you see anything, Jason?
See anything. I don't see anything yet. There might be some down here. It's hard to tell in the dirty water. Dirty water and no sunshine. Yeah. Very hard to see what we're looking at. It makes it more difficult. We'll wait till it gets kind of cleaned up a little bit, then we'll get good eyes on it.
Well, I see my first piece of gold coming down here, I believe. I'm sure there's been more than that. It is a very dreary November morning here, and it's, you know, no sunshine out. It's raining. It's winter is on us. So it's really hard to see what we're doing on that machine. Sunshine makes a huge difference. Jason sees some gold going by.
That's a nice piece right there.
Yeah. Nice little chunky piece. And another one.
Yeah, more up here.
We got gold.
Yeah. You see all the gold right at the leading edge?
Yes, I do. There's a lot of gold in there. There's the front edge of the sulfides. Lots of gold in it. Lots and lots of gold in it. And, you know, we got the sulfides back there. We probably have some scheelite in there and gold. That's what we want to see.
That's a nice line.
Nice. We are just letting the table finish off here. Jason's cleaning it off so that it doesn't contaminate our next run. And we get all the gold out of it that we can for this run. And then we are going to run the powdered material, which I think we'll see even more gold in that powdered material than we see in this. Now our next ore, next sample, we don't need to crush to the jaw crusher because it's already been sifted down to 1/2 inch minus. So we can go straight to the hammer mill and the table. We're running here basically pure rust. The iron sulfides from the mine have rusted, oxidized it on the surface, and turned into iron oxide, which is rust. So that's why we have the nasty orange, because that is just rust. And the lightest of the rust is just washing away. The heavier chunks of rust are going down one line, the silicates, the quartz going down another line, and give it a second and pyrites will start coming out the end. The gold should be up the top edge. But we gotta give it a second to process before that stuff will get out. And this is the sample I said after he runs, he may never invite me back again because it is so stinky. As iron sulfide oxidizes, it gives off a really putrid smell. It is awful. The gas it gives off is sulfur dioxide, and remaining material just takes on this nasty smell. Now I haven't started seeing the gold coming down yet, but I know it's there somewhere. I know there's gold in that. And we might not see it sort of until later. Gold kind of lags behind the other minerals coming down the table. So it's all probably concentrating into that top riffle, and then it's slowly coming out. I don't think we're gonna see any visible gold on this run just because the water's turned so red that we can't see anything. We'll have to wait till we pan out those concentrates to see what kind of fine gold was coming out of this one. Piece of gold, that's kind of nice to see, but I'm sure there's lots more in there that we just can't see because of the red water.
Yeah, the water hides it real good.
We let the table run for a long time as we went inside to do some smelting, and things have cleaned up nicely out here. Jason's just cleaning the table off to, you know, get ready for the next run. I don't know if we'll see any gold now. It's been running for like 20 minutes, so it's probably all down in the bin. But our last run is the I said this was the nasty one. Oh, the last one's nasty too, because it's just straight sulfides.
They keep getting worse and worse.
No, I think that was the worst one, actually. Now this last run we're gonna do, these rocks here are almost just pure sulfides. They're very, very heavy, very metallic, very shiny. Once you crush them, you're gonna see just glitter straight through there. There's a little bit of quartz, because again, I tried to find the sulfides that had that contact between the quartz and the sulfides. But it's just mostly sulfides and heavy, heavy, heavy stuff. Lift a rock there, Jason.
Oh man, and that's got quartz on it too.
That's got some quartz, yeah.
Man, these are solid. These are big, massive sulfide pieces, huh?
Yeah.
And so the vein up there, oh man, that one is really heavy. The vein up there is a pretty big quartz vein then?
Big quartz vein, big massive sulfide right beside the quartz vein. Sort of this, the two of them. It's, you know, feet, many feet, meters, many meters thick.
Cool. Well, let's see if there's gold in it.
Yaha. One last run of crushing. of this stuff, and it should be interesting coming out the bottom.
Well, you can really smell it.
Sulfur, sulfur coming out of it.
It really smells.
You must have run some pretty heavy sulfide stuff like this before, though.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
That Galena stuff you got from,
oh, Brent in Cerro Gordo.
Yeah, that must have been looking something like this.
Yeah, just massive sulfides. That's the most massive sulfide deposit I think I've ever seen. You just go down there and it's just a mass of Galena.
We have to go down there sometime. I'd love to go down and check it out.
I'll introduce you.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Check out the weight on one of these just to see how heavy this is. 30 kilograms.
All right.
So where that would have been about 20 when it was quartz, the sulfide is about 30.
It's not even a full bucket.
Yeah. Where the last one was red with rust, this one is sort of gray with sulfides. And here come the sulfides off the top one. Just a straight line of heavies. Luckily the water's cleaner on this. If we get some gold, we should be able to see it. Even though the water is clean, I haven't seen any gold go by.
Not yet.
Which might actually tell us, you know, that the gold is in the quartz and not in the sulfides.
Yeah.
Or any gold that's in the sulfides is actually locked in the sulfides.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah.
There's maybe.
Okay, I can turn the table off.
Sure, turn the table off for just a quick second. Let's see if I'll keep my eye on that one piece. No, silver. Not. Oh, there might be some gold specks. Not like that other ore though.
No, that was the quartz sample, right?
The quartz had lots of gold in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason just saw some gold.
Let me shut the table off.
Okay, we might have some gold.
Yeah, that's a piece, right?
Oh yeah, that's a piece of gold for sure.
Yellow, yellow.
Yeah, this camera will not get it, but a couple little pieces.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, here are some of the heaviest sulfides, and I do see at least one speck of gold in there. Very, very small, but very heavy sulfides. This is just before it falls off into the number one.
I can't tell. Can you see?
I can't quite tell, but I think you're right. I think there's really fine gold at the top edge. The camera will pick it up better than my eyes will right now, so when we get it onto the screen, we'll be able to see better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a line of gold there. Jason just picked this off the table. I think it's a little nugget. It definitely got sort of, you know, bashed around a lot in the hammer mill, but yeah, that's a bigger piece for sure. And this is out of the sulfides. It's all run through. Now we just have to let the table do its thing for like 10 minutes. We can take our cons and go inside where we can be a little bit drier. Jason's just clearing off the rest of the table, cleaning it all up, getting the good stuff in the bins. And I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take the number ones and just do a quick swirl in a pan to see what it looks like, see what kind of gold's in there. But then I'm gonna take these home where I can pan them out slowly and get every last little piece and see what was actually in them. And I can do that in the warmth rather than this very miserable, wet, cold outdoors here. So with just a quick swirl, we're seeing the gold in the sulfides here for sure. and you know, a fair amount of it. It's washing out quite nicely, but I can't actually do a good cleanup in this environment. Low light, you know, it's just not right. I'm gonna have to wait till I get home to do a good cleanup. But look at that line at the top, whole line of fine gold, lots of it, bigger pieces throughout. The camera's shaking a lot because I'm shaking a lot. Jason thinks he has hypothermia right now. I think we'll have to finish this off at home in the warmth. Yeah, I think we need a better environment to do this at.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it. Winter's upon us. I'm doing this panning indoors. We have all of our samples. We have a gold pan. We have a tub in the kitchen to pan in the nice warmth, not out there in the cold. And yes, I will clean up my mess before my wife sees it. Now, I am looking for free mill gold today, so I'll probably just be doing the number ones and not the number twos, because all the free mill should have made it into the number ones. And that's a reasonable amount to go through, where if I had to go through some of these thicker ones, like, it would just take me forever. So let's start with the quartz sample, number ones, in my pan. Gotta clean that out better. And now the long, tedious process of panning. I'm not going to put the whole process of panning on video here. If you want to see how you do, you know, very, very hard black sands or sulfides panning out, I have lots of videos on that on my channel. Just go and search up, you know, removing gold from black sands. You'll find how I do my cleanup panning. I'm just going to pan this down and show you what we're in the cons, what we're in the number ones of each sample. Now here's the gold from the quartz sample. Very nice, lots of it, really chunky, lots of coarser pieces in there. I will put all of this aside and, you know, compare it to the other two samples in a second. I'm not gonna clean it up any more than this right now. I'm just gonna take that and put it aside after I take some real close-up shots so you can see what, you know, hard rock gold looks like. And here it is in the pan with the ring light around it, showing how I'm getting those close-up shots with lots of light on it. Daylight always works better, but we don't have much of that outside right now. As I pull out the gold, I'm going back over and over and over the pan, over and over and over again. And every time I'm getting more of this fine, fine, fine gold. And this is like unbelievably fine. But it is astonishing how much of it is in here. Well, I got as much out of it as I could. There is sample number one, all the gold from it. We'll compare that with the other two in a moment. Next, we do sample 2. This was all the small debris. All the stuff that had been sort of naturally weathered out. I need more water there. More water. There we go. I'll have to wash that a bit better. Now let's pan this one down a bit, get the gold out of it, and compare it to the first one. And there we are for sample 2. Let's get out the close-up. This looks to be a very similar amount to the first sample. Very similar. Hard rock gold. Naturally weathered out of quartz and sulfides. Well, let's separate all those out and do sample number 3. And again, the more times I go through these cons, the more I get. Every time I get another line of gold. There is a lot here. Okay, first, And second sample's done. On to number 3.
Number 3 sample is going to take me the longest by far because it is by far the most material. It was all those sulfides. So I'm just going to skip to the end. Here we are at the end. Oh, and the winner is the sulfides by a long shot. I was not expecting that. I thought the quartz or the powder would be the best. But the sulfides, I can tell right now, have more gold than either of the other 2 samples. And technically, kinda, sort of, it was the smallest sample, even though it was the heaviest sample. Oh, let's get the close-up in on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of gold there. And I thought the last 2 had a lot of gold in it. That's not bad. Not too shabby at all. And we still also have that one piece that we thought when we pulled off the table was a nugget, but it's turned right black. So I'm thinking it was probably a chunk of iron that rusted black. Let's throw that in there and have a look, but yeah, I'm thinking we may have been wrong with that one. I think my best bet here with this guy is to take a knife out, give it a good scratch, and see if it's gold underneath. I have had the sort of phenomenon here before of gold rusting on the surface or getting stained by rust on the surface and going black. So let's get a knife out and have a look. Well, here it is before I scratch, and it sure does look like iron right now. And a good scratch shows a silver interior, not a gold interior, and it's hard. Oh well, there's still more gold in that sample than there was in either of the other 2. Well, I think it's time to separate this out, then have a look at all 3 samples by themselves. And similar to the last 2, more and more and more as I keep looking. And there we have it. The results from the quartz sample, the results from the powdered sample, and the results from the sulfides. And the sulfides are a clear winner. Now I think what I'm going to do with this stuff is I'm going to save it for a later smelt, because as you notice, especially on this one, there are a lot of sulfides left in these still. So I'm going to smelt them all down and get a nice bead from each one, but that's going to be at a later date. Now, I know I didn't get every last speck out of there. Far from it. There's going to be, 500 million specks left in that material, especially in that tub. Panning straight sulfides like that, going quick like I was, I would have lost some. And I only did the number 1s of each 3 samples. I still have the number 2s left behind, and it would be interesting to see if those had gold in them as well. But, I don't really have time to go through all of that right now, and it won't make it in this video. But a lot of my viewers keep asking me for my leftovers. They want to see what I missed. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take everything that went into my tailings, my panning tub, and put that in a pay dirt bag for someone. Then I'm going to take each of the number 2s and put those in one pay dirt bag and let one of you guys see what's in it. Now, there will be gold, I guarantee, but I'm not going to add any extra to it. So whatever is there is there. And some people might want to smelt those. Some people might want to smelt it all. Some people might want to pan and see what kind of tiny specks they can get. I'm going to put them all in a pay dirt bag, each own pay dirt bag, and put it up in my auctions. And I'm going to put a small reserve price on it to start with, and then just see where it goes from there, because I don't know what that's worth, but to someone out there, it might be worth a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun. We found lots of gold, and in a later video, I'll be smelting those. If you liked the video, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned your subscription today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. Hope you're all having a great day. And until the next one, bye.
Dan, my table!
Gotta go.